What's going on, guys? Sin for the win here. We are back with our franchise mode as the Buffalo Sabres, and here we are picking up where we left off. And before we get started in the free agency, we do have a few winners to read off. Now, there wasn't anyone who got 3 or more right, simply because I'll show you guys what the first one's. The format was slightly off here. So Kool-Aid, the best 2016, guessed team league Ovi as well as league lead for Ovi. You actually have to do 2 different people. You cannot guess the same person for each one. So had you guessed like team lead was like Dahlin or Ristolainen and then the league lead for Ovechkin, you would have had that completely right. But you cannot guess the same player for both the team and the league. It has to be at least a different player. They could both be from the team as long as one of them leads for the league and the other one leads for the team. So hopefully that is now clear. So good job for you. Also guessed Connor Hellebuck, which was one of the top goalies. It was him and Holtby. Next up, same kind of deal with Mark Quinn, who guessed Ovi, and the goalie was Holtby. Now the reason for that you can't guess the same guy is that it stands to reason that if he's going to be the league leader, he will also obviously be the team leader. So that's why you would need to guess some other player for that, for the team. Like I said, Dahlin or Ristolainen in this case. All right, next up is Bassett to Connor 97, team league Ovechkin, and the goaltender Holtby, I guess. Well, you guessed right. So there you go. And last but not least is the chess math master who guessed Alex Ovechkin for the team league, and for the goalie it was Connor Hellebuck. All right, so congratulations to all you guys, and now we can move on to free agency, which it's a tough call. It really is. I mean, I would actually love to get any of these guys. Mostly Lindholm. Now, the only dilemma with this, price is good. We could give him extra ice time. All that's awesome. The only dilemma that I see with this is that it could slow down our future plans, which I think are still important. Yes, we made the playoffs. Yes, we had a terrific year, but are we ready to start going all in for the cup yet? That's, you know, that's up for debate still. I mean, you look at our defensive core here. We do have Barry, who did just get that top 6 D thing, so luckily we only got him to 2 years. He looks like he may be declining, but that also might be kind of good for us in some way. Obviously, it's never amazing when someone declines, but with Guhle and Ehrhoff might be growing pretty well as this Thompson guy. Yet another top 4 guy. This guy's a Rowdy 21-76. Now he might not get amazing, but also got Garvin down here 75-21 low elite. I mean, there's a lot here coming up in the pipeline. Now, as Barry declines, maybe more ice time for these guys. But here's the thing: if we sign one of those guys listed as top 2. Dahlin's already there. Even though it says listed as top 4 here, he should get another boost. He should be pure top 2. Him and Ristolainen are likely going to be together. I don't think that's going to change. So Barry in the top 4 with probably Ehrhoff, because I think he'll get a better jump than Guhle. He'll be, you know, higher overall. The thing, I could have Rutta as depth, but another thing, I don't, you know, Luke, no, why I think Luke? Lassie Thompson here might actually be NHL ready as well. And we do want to kind of keep prioritizing training up our younger guys, I think. Or I could stunt this guy and turn him into a top 6. His defense isn't incredible. So maybe not as high of a priority. Yeah, it could be something like that. We do have a couple of these guys who are top 6s. Well, one other righty, Loxinen. Thompson. I mean, again, I'd still like to see where he's going to go. I don't think he'll be that good, though. His offensive stats aren't great. Defensively, 82, 84, and 82. Not bad for his overall. But they'd have to jump up quite a bit. So, yeah, I'm just kind of I mean, for this year, it would make the most sense to have Ristolainen, Dahlin, Barry with Ehrhoff, and then Guhle with Ruda, and we can give Guhle some extra ice time here and there. But the thing is, if we get one of those defensemen, they're all listed to be top 2, the ones we were looking at. So we'd play one with Barry, and then, you know, we have to give him some extra ice time somewhere to make him kind of happy. And then Guhle would need extra ice time, as well as Ehrhoff would need extra ice time because they would be in the top 6. And then if Thompson is NHL ready, it just complicates things a bit more. Then he'll need ice time, but yeah, it's kind of a tough spot for us. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm just a little bit worried about ice time. But we do have cash. If I do it, I think I'm only going to do it for 1 year. And then we might actually trade Barry next year because, I mean, if he declines as heavily as he has a potential to, then I definitely think. So I think Lindholm's maybe the guy to go for. Because damn, he's got some shutdown. And I think we need that. Barry put up some decent points. Obviously, you got Ristolainen and Dahlin who are going to put up some decent points. We don't necessarily need more point scores, so that's why I'm favoring him over Morgan Rielly. Because even though Morgan Rielly's got those better offensive stats, Barry put up, what he put up, like over 50 points last year, or close to 50 points, which on the top 4 is very solid. And Hampus Lindholm looks like more of a shutdown type guy. Doesn't put up a lot of points. And yes, obviously his plus minus is bad, but he's also been on a shit team for the last few years. So I think he and Barry would do very well together, and that's who I would go for if we were to go for someone. Obviously, we don't need a goalie. We don't need forwards, even though, you know, Tuukka Rask is available. We don't really need any of these. Anything else. So if we were to grab someone, it's going to be Lindholm here, and it will only be for a year. And you know what? Ugh. I might try it. I'm just completely on the fence. I don't want to completely hurt everything else. But what if it does pretty good? Or we can kind of go preemptively and use Seth Jones as a Barry replacement and grab him instead. And play him with Barry. He puts up the same amount of points as Barry. I don't know how he doesn't shut down. It's tough to say. I don't know. I feel like I'd be remiss in not signing at least one of these guys for a year. But then that's kind of all it'd be, would be for a year. Because we'd still... Maybe it would be longer. I don't know. This is so hard to... Let's see how much Seth Jones wants for like a year. That's kind of a lot. We'd have to pay him like 8 for a year, which isn't horrible. We might be able to extend him, but then we'd have to trade Barry. You know, we could always trade Barry at some point this year, too. It's not that big of a deal. So, all right. Let's see. Let's get him for this and then maybe even try to extend him or something like that. I don't know if this will work, but I would rather go for Seth Jones and give him extra ice time. We can give him a top penalty kill time, and then he should be happy enough with that. I don't know if he'll go for 8 mil, but that's what we're going to try for. Getting him for 8 mil flat. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because Barry, if he continues to decline, even though he's only age 30, it's kind of surprising that he's already got that. It might change. Well, if it changes back, it'll probably change back again like it did with Strawman that one time. So yeah, that's a lot of debate, but that's kind of a big decision to make there because we do have so many other defensemen close to NHL ready. Now, granted, they're all top 4 mediums, which of course don't have the hugest upside, but they do have upside. They could be solid top 4 guys. All right, so Seth Jones actually accepted that. Wow, one by 8. I was actually thinking he'd decline that. It was only like, you know, $500,000 above what his normal asking price was. So, hell, we got him. I guess we proved to everyone that we are contenders. So, damn. All right, that takes care of free agency for us. We can't really sign anyone else. We don't really have the cash for it. I guess Ruda can play depth for us. And depth forward actually might be an issue. Hold on a sec. Let me double check that before we advance. I do want to see if we need a depth forward. Not too sure that we do. So obviously Ovi, Eichel, Reinhart, first line, middle stats, Skinner, McGrath likely, or maybe even Marov jumps up again. We're also going to have to give him extra ice time, which will be fine. He'll get power play time, and he should remain happy if he's on third line. Thompson, Marov, Nylander third line. Maybe even Nylander jumps up, but he should also be getting some kind of power play time. And then Bachenski, he'll also probably be needing more ice time, so extra penalty kill. Bailey, Asplund, Byfield, probably going to be our fourth liner. Pekar here. Top 9 potential. This guy actually might be depth for us. 84, 83, 89 on his defensive stats. He does have that top 9 potential. I don't know if he'll be listed as that, but we could actually use him as depth. You know what I say? I say we... He looks really good. He does have those high offensive stats. Yeah, and if we're going to use him, then we should look for maybe that AHL guy I was thinking of. It's actually a tough call here. Let me just sim by all those. So we're going to have, obviously, Asplund in the AHL. Along with, well, Pekar there for now. I mean, he might still be there. Also, Bailey there, so... Asplund, Bailey, and then who was that center? We're going to have Menino as a center, try to get carried, but it doesn't make sense to have another guy there because Asplund and the other dude aren't really growing. Asplund and Bailey, I should say. They're not really growing too much more. I mean, Asplund's the only one growing, and again, he's not really going to be anything on this team with the way he's looking, so... Maybe Pekar isn't ready for NHL, so we should probably get some kind of depth guy just in case. Yeah, and he can double up as the offensive ringer there, maybe. Just play him. Maybe I'll even have him on the second line or something. Who knows, but let's see. Let's see what's available here for depth. We have a little bit of cash left, so... Oh, man. Are really these roles this bad? Hold on. I guess sorting by roles is usually generally slightly easier because the overalls are always a little weird across the board. And there are a lot of forwards here. Wow. And all these guys have potential to be depth here. But let's go for the guys who are more than likely to be listed as such. Oh, his stick checking is going to be really good. And his shot blocking is up there. He actually looks really good. Ross Johnston. Even though it looks like his awareness is lower, that should jump up sort of closer to his shot blocking, stick checking. Enforcer, really? I think he'll be a grinder. I think that'll change. LeBerge also here. No. Saint Amant. No. I really like Ross Johnston. He actually might be an enforcer. I don't know. 6'5", man. What are his penalties like? Okay, yeah, he looks like an enforcer. Or at least he fights a lot, by the looks of it. His offensive stats don't look too good, so he won't really be that ringer. But those are strong stats for depth. Grenier. Probably not. Yeah, pretty hard to snag a lot of these guys because we just don't know enough about them. But you know what? Enforcers are always fun to have. Let's just grab this guy. He might actually be an enforcer. So let's grab him. Hey, we can get him for a two-way deal as well. Of course, he also might drop off. He might not even be close to depth. He might, you know, go down in overall and stuff like that. But I don't really care. Let's see. It doesn't turn out to be anything. It doesn't turn out to be anything. He'll just protect our young guys wherever the hell he is. So I'll go for that. It's pretty tough to pick up depth guys here. It's like a lot easier to grow them within your system just because of the fog of war settings. That's mainly, no, I mean, that's pretty much is the thing. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to start simming up, get the lines taken care of, as well as send out the scouts. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so here are our lines going to be moving forward. Same first line as last year. Alex Ovechkin, Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart. Second line of Skinner, Middlestat, and McGrath. Now we're going to have Marov, Thompson, Nylander. Hopefully, well, we'll see if Nylander and Marov get too big of overall jumps here. But we're going to give him the extra ice time on the power play, as you'll see in a second. Fourth line going to be Brickley, who I signed because, as I forgot, we let go Gergensons. We actually had a fourth line slot open, not just a depth slot. So signed Brickley. Byfield here going to be taking over center duties. And Bochenski, who's, since I simmed a few games to get that guy signed, this guy is actually confirmed 83 overall now. That's a solid jump. And hilariously, his role is actually second line forward, which doesn't seem to make sense with his offensive stats. But he's playing fourth line right now, and we're going to give him some extra time on that PK. So then defensively, Dahlin, Ristolainen, Barry, Jones, and then Guhle and Ehrhoff in that top six, who we are giving the extra ice time to hopefully not get them stunted here. So here are the power plays. Same as last year: Ovechkin, Eichel, Reinhart, Dahlin, Ristolainen on the points, Skinner, Middlestat, and Nylander, with Jones and Marov on the points. Now you might be wondering where McGrath is. Well, he didn't seem to do well on the power play last year, and we still want Nylander and Marov to be growing, so we're going to be giving them the power play time. Four-man power play, pretty standard to what you'd expect. And penalty kill, we got Marov, Bochenski. So Bochenski getting a lot of extra ice time there on that top PK unit. Jones and Guhle are going to be the first defensive pairing. And then Thompson and McGrath. Just get him some extra ice time. And I think he was on the PK last year, and I think he did okay. Now, we don't have Byfield on here, but Byfield is going to be pretty much just a fourth liner, so he doesn't have to be on PK. And I do like Tage Thompson and McGrath there together. McGrath getting some extra ice time, and he does, by the looks of it, have good defensive stats. We'll see how he does. And then Ristolainen and Ehrhoff as the defensive pairing. So you can see we have Ehrhoff and Guhle in there, trying to get him as much extra ice time as possible. We'll see how that works out. Three-man, Marov, Bochenski, and you know what, I might just put Bochenski on the top. Yeah, we'll put him on the top and then Marov in the second, and then same defensive pairings. All right, so there's the special teams. Here's the extras, the 4-on-4s. There you have it, pretty standard to what you'd expect they'd be, except we got Bochenski in here for a bit more extra ice time. Now, it's a little risky because he's not the best offensively quite yet, so I might actually take him off that, so he's getting all that penalty kill time. I'll see about it. I mean, I could stick on a variety of people, most likely Marov, to play there with Skinner. Yeah, you know what? I should do that now. I'm having second thoughts about having Bochenski up there, so let's get Marov in there. In both those places. Because he could take faceoffs. Even though he's a left winger, he's got that 78, probably a bit higher. Well, I don't think they go up much if you're not a center, so 78 faceoffs, which is, you know, it's reasonable. Extra attackers, Eichel, Middlestat, and here's a shootout line at Eichel, Ovechkin, Reinhart, Middlestat, and Dahlin. All right, and then goaltender situation, Luukkonen and Ullmark. We're hoping for a sizable jump out of Luukkonen so that we don't have to go back to, well, speaking of which, manual rotations, I should turn that back to auto. I reminded myself right there. So let's go do that real quick before I forget, which I will. So, okay. Scroll down, and then I believe we're about ready to go here. Get some simming done, see how this team's going to look this year. Because with this signing of Seth Jones, and I think he's going to be getting enough ice time. I mean, that, you know, secondary power play time plus top PK time hopefully is enough ice time to keep him happy. Again, we only have him for 1 year, but it might be a bit of a bridge contract for us because, you know, we might want to re-sign him and then let, just for another few years to buy time for more of our right-handed prospects to develop and then let Barry go. Either trade him for something or probably trade him because we gave him 2 years. And again, I didn't expect him to start. I mean, he's only 30 years old. He's already dropped down to top 6D potential instead of the top 4 that he's at. Now, I do want to check to see if that's actually different now because maybe the scouting was off. So let's actually see. Well, scouting's still not complete, but yeah. All right, let's sim up past probably just preseason. I want to see our production here. I do want to see if any of our younger guys are jumping out. We're still a bit of a younger team, so it is good to stop after preseason just to check it out. Plus, you never know, we might actually get some more guys scouted on our team. and have a better idea of what they're doing. But so far in preseason, we are doing very well. And Luukkonen should be getting the majority of these starts, so that's a good sign for us that at least in preseason, Luukkonen is looking good, because we're hoping that he's our #1 in the future and we don't have to worry about drafting a goaltender, because that can be tricky sometimes, drafting the right goaltender. So we do lose one preseason game. We go 6-1, which is very respectable, you could say. I would say it's pretty damn good. Look at Ovechkin go. 7 games played, 11 points. What a free agency pickup he was. And yeah, still kind of working on the scouting. Looks like Olmark jumped in there. He played 2 games. Wow, both of our goalies did fantastic. I'm going to switch him just in case. I know probably will switch him, but don't want to start anything. Yeah. Not too much scouted there. I mean, you usually, like I say, you usually have to go through that entire first partial month of the regular season. So first line looks like they're going to be clicking again. 11, 10, and 9 for their points. Dahlin has a point a game there. Ristolainen, so it looks like that whole top 5 on our team should just be killing it. Marov looking like he should start getting that goal scoring going. Chensky Middlestat surprisingly didn't do too much here in the preseason. Oh yeah, I was like, wait a sec, Brickley only 5 games. Yeah, that's because I picked him up midway, derp. But 3 points for Middlestat isn't bad at all. 3 assists. You know, it's preseason. He's probably not even trying. I don't blame him. But yeah, the goalie situation was really good for us. Goalie takes some penalties. What's your friggin' discipline at? Doesn't look too bad. Stop taking penalties. Whatever. Byfield looks like he might take some penalties too, but whatever. It's just preseason. So, okay. Here we are. Let's go here. Hopefully that locker room chemistry starts righting that ship. It should. I don't think it'll remain at that 67. If it does, that's a little weird, because we haven't done too much. I mean, we brought in Seth Jones, but does that really wreck the chemistry that much? No, I don't think so. I already assigned my scouts. Get out of here, game. I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of the curve. All right, so we start off the season with a bang with a 4-0 shutout against Nashville. And Luukkonen's been injured, but luckily it's not for too long. But we do have to bring up a goaltender, which is obviously not fun, but them's the breaks. So, okay, none of these guys have to clear waivers. We might as well bring up Novikov, because he's actually being scratched. It'll just save me the trouble of having to, like, redo my goaltenders in both locations. Lazy as hell, I know, but I don't really care. Again, he won't be out for long. I doubt he'll even play a game here, because of how quickly Luukkonen is coming back. But that's very unfortunate. Another shutout, though. Holy hell. Holy hell! 3 shutouts to start the season. Okay, we allowed 2 goals right there, but still, that was a 6-2 victory. Buffalo coming out of the gate strong here. And Rasmus Dahlin's been injured now. Now, December 5th, that's actually a major one. So, in this case, now I'm very happy to have Seth Jones, because then we move up Seth Jones there. Who goes up? Probably Ehrhoff. We'll give him the time. Yikes, though, man. Alright, so power play just got a bit interesting here. One power play point for Seth Jones. Got Marov, Nylander. I could give someone else some power play time here. You know what? I might do it for let's do it for McGrath here. Put him on the top unit too. Give him more chance to succeed. Get these guys on their 1-times. Yeah, that was an unfortunate injury right there. I mean, to say the least. What else can you say about that? For the 4-man power play, I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'll just put Ruda in here, because he's technically the guy subbing. But for the extras, this is a bit trickier. For 4-on-4, you know, for 4-on-4 that won't matter too much. I'll put Ruda in there. But for the 3-on-3, that will matter a lot. So I will put in, probably move up Jones, then put in Barry. Those are our top guys for creating. What the hell did I go to right winger for? I was thinking a right-handed defenseman, that's why. Barry still got 91 and 90 for his offensive stats. He'll do just fine there. All right, and there's still the shootout lineup. So rip. That was not exactly what we wanted there to start off. Do I have Eichel? Yeah, I was like, for some reason I thought I didn't have him in the shootout there for a minute. I don't know why. Clearly should. Let's see. Middle stats in there. McGrath doesn't have greatest D. No. He's got a great shot, but not the greatest deking. How about Skinner? I could do Skinner in there. Let's do that. Okay. So there we go. We got that taken care of. That's kind of a major injury right there to Dahlian. That's not what we wanted whatsoever, but that's what happens. All right, so hopefully Ehrhoff here is going to do well with Barry. He's well equipped to do well. He is, yeah, so, you know what, we shouldn't suffer too much, but we need to get back, well there, speak of the devil, we need to get back Luukkonen, as I was going to say, and now he is back, and that's very good for us because, holy hell, really? Ullmark jumped up to an 84, and Luukkonen is also an 84. So Ullmark did get stat growth. It wasn't the stat growth that we needed, but it was the stat growth we deserved, I guess. He's now an 84 overall, so they're going to be splitting time very well. So we did get stat growth after all. Luukkonen's been perfect. So they should split time very evenly. And if Luukkonen continues to grow, that's better for us. Sorry, I just smacked the table with my hand. That was an accident. All right, well, interesting. Not what I was expecting, but I'll take it. All right, let's send down that goalie now. And hope we don't have to call anyone up ever again. Okay, so Ullmark did get stat growth, but it just wasn't anything incredible. So I honestly might as well hold on to him. He is listed as a starter. But he should get enough games played here to kind of keep him happy with, along with Luukkonen in there. So, okay. Let's continue. We're doing very well. We're undefeated so far in the season. Of course, I said something, so we lost. That's what happens. You cursed it. All right, let's see what Central Scouting has for us. So we got Bolt here. Center Sniper, first overall. All right, let's just see about potentials. Anything out of the ordinary picked up yet? Ooh, there's a high here. He could be interesting. Offensive defenseman, another lefty though, but high. Probably going to be a high top 4, but with his Central Scout rating, that is a bit weird. Maybe a high top 6 even. We'll have to see what he turns out to be. Not going to go crazy over him. If he was right-handed, I'd consider it, but he's not. All right, yeah, we don't have much uncovered yet. Pretty typical for this early on. But scouts are hard at work, and I didn't show it on screen or anything, but I did hire other guys. There were some upgrades here and there, and overall our scouting pool looks better, but there wasn't any major upgrades to be had in the free agent scouts this year, which is a bit unfortunate. It could have been a huge boon for us because we did release 6 scouts, but whatever. Anyway, continuing here, we got yet another shutout. Our goaltender situation is amazing this year. Holy crap. We are kind of dominating. 9-1 to start the year. That's after the first month. Now our entire team should be scouted, so let's see how OP we are. Casey Middlestat leading in points. Okay. On the topic of things you didn't think you would see, it's our second-line center, Casey Middlestat, at the top of the point scoring. Yeah, Ovi's only got 10. Slacking. Eichel's got 11. Reinhardt's got 13, but Casey Middlestat is wrecking face with 14 points. So that's good, though. That means our second line is producing very well. And that's what we need. Yeah, Mayerov did jump up to an 85. So Skinner's time could be considered, how would you say it? Limited. Now, what we could do, because we have Skinner on such a team-friendly deal, 5 mil only. Now, it kind of seems like a lot, but that just gets better as time goes on. We can use Mayerov on the second line. He's got 5 goals in 10 games played. Skinner's also got 5 goals, more assists, sure, but with Middlestat being that playmaker, McGrath, yeah, he's kind of a goal scorer too. Maybe I want to keep this up for a little bit longer because the chemistry seems to be working. I don't want to screw it up if it's working. Nylander, yeah, so it is looking like this guy's going to cap out around this third line, and actually his stick checking is lower. So this guy actually might turn out to be trade bait after all, especially with Bachenski. Bachenski's coming up. Bachenski looks like he may be demanding that higher ice time, although he's not too good yet. And, you know, at 83 overall with his offensive stats being what they are, only 85 and 82, he's seeming like more of a third, fourth liner. So despite being listed as second line already at 83 overall, I'm kind of still tempted to keep him here on that third line. Byfield, though, looking good. Less face-offs than Pachenski, but I wanted to keep up the right-handed, left-handed thing. Not that that really matters. How good is Brickley? Yeah, he's about as what I expected. 83, 80, and 85. I didn't have him too scouted, but it looked good. Now, we don't still know about... Oh, we do have Johnston scouted. 75 overall. Still looking like he'll be decent for depth, and he's a power... Well, actually not, because he keeps changing. But he's actually listed as a fourth liner, not depth. I don't really care. He's our depth guy. Hopefully we get Dahlin back quick. Actually, no, he won't, because he's next month he'll be back. So we've got to make do without our future franchise defenseman here, which is unfortunate. But at least we have everyone scouted now. And I honestly don't think I'm gonna make a move here. Like at line changes, we're just doing so good. How can you make a move with how good we're doing? All right, let's finish this off here. Let's go up here. Now, we still won't have Dahlin back. I keep calling him between Dahlin and Dahlin, but, you know, that's what happens when you call him Dahlin for so long, and then you find out his name's actually pronounced Dahlin. It's hard, man. Those Swedish names sometimes. Rasmus Asplund has been injured with an injured... Wow, that's a train wreck of a sentence. Rochester player Rasmus Asplund has been injured with injured shoulder. Good job, EA. That's a great sentence. Okay. Now, we should have a depth guy to jump in here. Oh, my bad. How did I miss you? Oh, wait, no, you're no one. Never mind. Wait a second. Now, see? What the heck happened? Oh! I think my lines got screwed by some best lines action when I was, actually not as screwed as I thought. Maybe I just missed that guy. In which case, whoopsies! Okay, let's just put him in there for now, and then I'll figure out where he's gonna go. Well, obviously for one of these guys. So when those guys are back... We'll stick him in there. Yeah, I did think my best line something in there and I forgot. Whoops. It's my bad. But we'll put him in here too. Wherever the heck he is. He's a center. His name is Simon. He's an elite. Do it. There we go. Alright, so not ideal there. Ooh, Menino is a 71. And we do have him on a second line. How's he doing? You know what? 9 points in 11 games played. He's doing just fine. I was considering putting him up top. And actually, yeah, Pekar did become an NHLer. And man, is he good. But I could still really use him on my AHL. As a top 9 guy, he's only really going to be a third or fourth liner. He could be a utility scorer on that third line, but he's already good enough for anywhere. So I'm not even going to prioritize playing him up. He's still only 22, 78. I mean, he might actually... They can still grow well on... He's only got 7 points, though, interestingly. Very interesting, especially because that first line was pretty good. And it looks like Dano's doing pretty well. How old is he? 20? You know what? This guy could be a pretty decent backup by the time Omark starts departing. Whew. I think we have a #1 goalie, guys. Just going to say that. I think we have a #1 goalie. Anyway, let's continue here. We can't lose, apparently. 13-1. Oh my goodness. Oh, we lost there, but it's an overtime, so we still get a point. 14-1-1. Asplund is back. So let's make that switch real quick. Sub out Simon. Put in Asplund, and then we'll put Simon in probably on that third line. Doesn't really matter. Both these guys are garb, but we'll move value down and then put in Simon. Simon says he wants third line time, so that's what we're giving him. Boom. And you're top 9. You're bottom 6. Well, you're low top 9. 22. What the hell? No. Where's the Finneganov? Is he 21 yellow? Probably not as good, so it's kind of a judgment call. I'll just keep this. Is he even signed by me, though? No, I don't think so, so screw him. I don't think he's even signed by me. Unless I signed him. But I don't think I did. Let's just put in a Finneganov. Make a guy actually under contract, get the ice time. And now I'm like freaking... I'm paranoid that somehow other guys are missing now. I don't think so. Okay, no, I'm pretty sure we're good. I know my defense should be good. Now, Kronholm, having that guy sit. This guy's no one. He's undrafted. Hakarainen was that guy we signed who was only a low top 4, so he's not anything. Kronholm, on the other hand, is a top 6, and that is I'm pretty sure that is guaranteed. But he's a lefty. I think he was around 73, 74. and I wanted to give other guys ice time over him, such as Murley, who's got the low top 4. It's, you know, slightly better. He is younger by a couple years, and I don't know. It was a tough judgment call, but obviously Cronholm's going in if we have a injury to our defense. Anyway, catching you guys up a little bit. So we got that all taken care of. Let's continue here, as this team just refuses to lose. Oh my goodness. Okay, we lost right there. Toronto seems to be our Achilles heel. They're the only team who beat us in preseason, and they just beat us right there 2-1. Let's not go on a losing streak. Oh, wait a sec. That's 2 in a row. That's our most longest okay, 3 in a row. Wait a sec. We can't score right now. That's only 2 goals for, 3 goals for. Ugh. Come on now. Get back. Get the win against Toronto. There you go. 8-3. There, that's a statement. And we lose again. Don't tell me that we're just going to suck now after that kind of start. There you go. Get back on that winning side. I mean, it was bound to happen. A tough stretch was going to happen, and we weren't going to go like 60-10 and something, or 60. I don't even know what we were on pace for at the beginning. It was just ridiculous. But here we are, 19-5-1, which is still ridiculous. We're at a greater than 3-1 win-loss ratio, even if you add in the overtime loss to our loss column. That's kind of crazy. It is early. It's very early, but we're on pace for a great year. And actually, Rochester's doing good too, 13-5-2. So that's great news. Prospects down there in the AHL should be having a good time. And what a start. There's Jack Eichel now league in points. Okay, a lot of shuffling going on here. Be interesting to see all the predictions. Holy hell. Look at that ratio. 3.6 goals for per game. Goals against per game, 1.96. That is insane. Power play percentage, 24.1. Good enough for second in our division by 0.1%, so it's still elite. Penalty kill, 80.3%, so not elite, but it's okay. So okay that I probably won't change it because we're doing it because we got guys growing. We've got to prioritize the growth still. No shorthanded goals against, but we've got 3 shorthanded goals for. Hell yeah. 9-3-1 on home ice, 10-2 on the road, 5-4-1 in the last 10. So yeah, as you can see, we are technically slumping right now, but still first in the division by 9 points. That's what kind of start we had. Where did we go? Like 12-1-1? Was that our highest point, or like 14-1-1? I don't even know, but it was insane. And wow, here we are. 90 goals for already. I mean, the next closest team is 16 less than us. That is kind of insane when you think about it. It's kind of crazy. We didn't have any like middling years. We just kind of went from shit to really good. A lot of it had to do with Ovechkin. Now, he's not on pace for anything crazy this year. You know, he's getting up there. He's 37, for God's sakes. But he's still doing great. He's still got 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points in 25 games played. Still being a point-a-game guy at age 37. You can't hate that. Reinhardt's got 23 points. Mayarov has got 22. And he's getting a lot of that from the power play. He is playing third line, remember. But he seems... Oh, now he's listed as a third liner? Okay. Why? Okay. I guess his passing is a bit low, but why the hell is he listed as a third liner? Yet we go down a little bit into Mr. Bachensky, who's an 83 overall. Okay, now he's listed as second line. This game lies so much. Hate you. Barry hasn't got anything on the power play since being put... Oh, no, he wasn't put on the power play. Never mind. We put in... what's his name? McGrath, who's got 3 points on the power play. Not too bad. Got 18 points total on the season. Looking good. Skinner's got 17. Seth Jones got 17. Ristolainen's got 16. And Rip Dolan. This is going to be an interesting year. Even for our own team, it's all up in the air about who's going to lead in scoring. Nylander's got 15 points. Let's just stick with forwards for now before I confuse myself. Tage Thompson's got 10. But he's a plus player on that third line. That's all we need him to be. And I think he's going to cap out right here around 83 overall, which will be perfect. He's good defensively, good on faceoffs. He's got some decent offensive stats. He's a decent skater. He's got an aggressive side to him. The discipline is a bit low, but he doesn't seem to take many penalties, so it doesn't really matter. And a decent shot, too. I mean, this guy's just a, you know, I think he's just bona fide third line center, and I love him. Bachensky, on the other hand, might be moving up to that second line, probably playing wing, though. But his face-offs are pretty close to Tage Thompson, so maybe we'll see some turnover here. So fourth line is actually doing decently. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, this whole team's doing well. So there we go. Rielly and Jones right now killing it. Dahlin played 3 games, didn't get a point. Was a +3 though. Or sorry, played 5 games. He didn't get a point, which is interesting. He was a +3 and then he got injured. But when he comes back, well, we're going to need him. But luckily our team is still doing pretty well without him. So that's very good. And hey, look at that. Oh my goodness. Luukkonen and Ullmark. Just look at it. I mean, if Luukkonen ends the season like this, that's Vezina. That might be Vezina worthy. Wow. And I'm kind of surprised that Ullmark isn't getting a little bit more starts. Not that I'm mad, because Ullmark, you know, he's going to be our backup. With Luukkonen, we want him to be the #1. So if he's playing like this, I'm not going to turn off goalie rotations and give Ullmark a few extra starts just to maintain some statistical growth. I don't think that's a good idea. We're gonna smoke it to the filter with this, because it's working. It's going crazy. Byfield's our rookie. We're not gonna have anyone in the Calder race, but we don't really care. This is just a great start. Now, of course, we're not having that one line go crazy, but we don't need that anymore. You know what I mean? We don't need that. Now we have. Look how many of our guys up here are almost point a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. One of them's on the 3rd line. McGrath is still doing well. I mean, he's definitely on pace for 50+. Skinner, going to be a bit of a close call, but he should get around 50. So that's our 2nd line. Looking around, they should all get about 50 points. This is what you want. And, of course, Mayerov being up there this guy's looking good. What else can you say? He is looking good. And Skinner, he could be a utility 3rd liner. We do have him on a really good contract. I mean, you can't pass up a contract like that. 5x4 for a guy like Skinner is so good. So good. Wait, there's... What the fuck? Yeah, his potential's at top 9 too. Very interesting. All right, so apparently players really start to decline at age 30, which I think is wrong. I think it should really be at 32+, but hey, what can you do? Because, I mean, dude, what are you really telling me that a guy like Logan Couture, who seems to be getting better every year, next year he will start declining at age 30? I don't think so. I mean, maybe it's different for different guys. I mean, obviously we got Ovi up here who took forever to do that, but it is a little weird, I'm not going to lie. But I guess we just have to be a bit more careful now with the contracts. Even though this is a very good contract, if he declines a bit, then it's not so good, because obviously you're paying for a guy who's going to be around that 85 overall, who can play 2nd or 3rd line. Now the contract just gets better over time, but still. So all right, keep that in mind, guys. This is for your franchises as well. 30 seems to be the magic number for a lot of guys to start declining, even though I think that's a little too early. But what can you do? All right. So there we have it. Everything is clicking. Everything is clicking right now. I can't really see any weak points to our game. There really isn't any. I don't think I'm wrong by saying that either. Because besides that slump right there, but we are missing Rasmus Dahlin. So, not really too bad. Wow. Reinhardt's got stat growth. Ovechkin's still got getting some natural decline, of course, but stat growth is helping to even that out. And Eichel as well has stat growth. It's also 92 overall. Middle stat, I believe that should be, yeah, stat growth. Linus Ullmark, obviously, is all stat growth, but he got a lot of it. So we did get stat growth after all. Dahlin's got stat growth. No natural growth, but he has been injured. Wait, why does it say 12 games played? That doesn't make any sense. He's only played 5, didn't he? By the... Oh, preseason. I think. Yeah, maybe preseason. That's all. Bachetsky should be natural, though. Oh, no? Really? What? This guy's like just... Oh, no, he had a decent... Yeah, he was in last year. I'm thinking of Byfield. I was like, didn't this guy just get into the NHL? All right, and then no other growth for anyone. Okay. That's in our NHL. Our AHL on the... our system, on the other hand. Christensen. Now, this guy, I'm pretty sure we just drafted in that 4th round or something like that. He has gotten some growth. He's already passed the 50 overall. I believe that was... Yeah, I think this guy went in like the 4th round or something like that. So he's growing. This top 6 medium, Theo Moore. Oh, no, this guy we just drafted. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, he's doing well. Look at that, 19 points, 24 games played. Awareness could be a bit higher at 73. That awareness can be better. Play fair. Don't know about him. We'll see how he grows this year. Hjalmarsson looking really good. Another right-handed top 4 guy. Bradley Meyer looking good. And as early as it is, this is a lot of growth to see. Really is. Don't worry about Pilstrom. He's an elite. He just isn't registering right now. Yeah, we still got a lot of growth to see here. Garvin actually. Okay, still listed as top 2. That's good. But he will be NHL ready next year. We need more righties, man. Roloff is a righty. Hopefully he gets some solid growth. We need him to come up. Hopefully maybe be a future top 4. Might be tough to do though. 21, 70 overall. That is. He needs to. Yeah, he needs a lot of jump here. And yeah, no one in our goalies is growing yet, but plenty of time. Pilstrom is an elite still. It just hasn't scouted him yet. He's got no fucking games played. Kind of sucks, but I'm not going to sign him to give him games played. So yeah, he might actually not grow just because he might not get enough ice time. So maybe will be trade value after all. But hey, I'm not worried. Luukkonen is looking fan-frickin-tastic, I should say. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, Rasmus Dahlin will be back on the 4th of next month, so he'll only miss 2 more games. So that's great for us. We need him back. Locker room chemistry isn't doing as good as I thought it would be. Only 71%. But that, again, that also should improve. Everything's going good. We got our first line producing crazily. Marov out of nowhere having himself a crazy year on the 3rd line, but that power play time's helping him out a lot. And our second line's, I mean, everything's clicking. Everything's clicking right now. Now, we have been, quote-unquote, slumping as of late, but we just won 3 straight. I think we're turning that right back around. Ullmark and Luukkonen back there might be the best goaltender duo right now. Probably will be if we end the year. But once we get Dahlin back, I can't wait to see what this team's going to do. All right, guys, so that takes care of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, leave that like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow, and you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.